If you're going through the interview, the employer is going to ask you if you have any questions. And do you leave interviews without asking any questions? And if that's you, then you got to stop right there, because that's the time that you are going to seek for information. And that's a golden opportunity for you to find the information. There are a couple of questions that I'm going to give you tips on it to get the information from the employer, okay? It's not about them anymore at that point. It's all about you. One of the examples that I'd recommend my client to ask is, when are you going to get hold of the candidate, whether they meet or not? Then by asking that questions, the employers are forcefully going to tell you that, you know what, it would probably take us 2 weeks or something like that to get back to the people. And you would know that you can wait 2 weeks and you're not ghosted. You are just not waiting for that phone call right after, right? So it gives you the timeline that what employers are looking for, and should you wait, should you continue with the job hunting somewhere else as well, right? The second question is, you're going to ask them, is there any internal candidates who are applying for the same role? What that does is, you would know if you don't get the job, then, you know, potentially sometime what happens is you were great with interviews, and sometimes it's really hard to compete with the internal candidates, because some employers, they tend to prefer internal candidate because they already know the system, tools and everything, and training costs a little bit lower, right? So you're asking that question to just find out, if you're not chosen, then you know that they must have hired the internal candidate. The third question is, you're going to ask, is this role open just recently? Is this a brand new role? What that does is, if the role was vacant for a while, you're gonna ask how long the role has been vacant for. If the answer is, yeah, it's an old role, you're gonna ask them, what happened? You know, what happened to the person who's in there? You know, you're trying to find that information out, which is, if the employers are going to say, you know, the person is away, that means probably there's some tension going on. Maybe they're on sick leave or stress leave or something. That's kind of like red alarming flag for you, just to see if the job is stressful, right? And let's say if your employer is going to say, no, it's a brand new role, we just created it, that's certainly a good news for you, because you know what, company is growing. That's how you know the answer. And let's say that if the person got promoted from that role and that's been vacant just for a while only, that's even better for you, because you know, company believes in promoting people. So see, those are questions for you, not for employer. The other thing is, you're going to ask them, how are they reaching out to the people, whether they make it or do not make it. So the question again is for you. You're trying to find out, should you wait for email? Should you wait for phone calls? Should you wait for letter? Because there are different things employers do with different people. But at least you know the process, so you don't keep on waiting and waiting forever and ever, because you need that closer as well, right? So do not walk away from interview without asking those questions that you are going to think about it later on, because that's the strategy. The other questions that you can also ask is, how is the training going to work? Is it you're going to sit down and learn on your own? Are you going to be going into the training class with pool of people? Are you going to be left alone on computer to just do the module? Are you going to be partner with the mentor who's been there for a while, who knows what they're talking about? Those are the questions you're going to have to ask before you leave, if you have any questions about it. So when people are asking you, when employers are asking you if you have any questions, you have a question, and you're going to ask the question not to impress them. You're going to ask the question in order to get the information out of it, so you walk out with a peace of mind. We do interview live sessions. We coach you on that if you're having issues, and if you're not getting a job after interviews, there's something on an interview. You're not hired because you've done something wrong on interviews sometimes. Please contact us through social media page, and we'll be more than happy to coach you live.